Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we will start week 20. The topic name is the mind, intelligence, and the soul. Okay, so today we will see that topic. And before we get into the topic, let us take darshan of ISKCON Sheshadripuram and do Mangalacharan. जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेव, सुभद्रा माई की जय, सुदर्शन भगवान की जय, पंचतत्व की जय, गौर निताय की जय, वामन देव की जय, परशुराम भगवान की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्येति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So today's session also we are going to dedicate to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Just a recap of last week session. Anybody remember what was the topic of last week?
Who is our enemy?
No?
Who is our enemy?
False ego. Okay. Okay, so our last week topic was false ego. So what was the false ego means? Anybody remember what was the meaning for false ego? What is the difference
Showing
between
what we are not? Showing what we are not?
False identification of the self.
Okay, false identification of the self. And what was the ego?
Ego is the real identification.
Ego is real identification, and the false ego is a false identification of self. What is a false identification?
That we are not servants of the God and we are independent. So we have some autonomous attitude. So because of that, we develop pride and we behave in a different way. So like that.
And also, Prabhuji, the false superiority.
False superiority.
False superiority, yeah.
Yeah. I am the doer.
Correct.
Okay. And I am the person behind the success.
Correct, yeah.
This identification. What is the real ego means? Real ego means what is the right identification of the self?
That, yeah. The basis of our birth and we are servants of the God, all those realization is real.
Okay.
And also, Prabhuji, the standing on the truth is the real identification of self, not going to the delusional. What is true and what is real, standing on that is the real identification.
What is the truth?
Truth is what is real. Krishna is real and the creation is real. And what we are seeing is real, not like, imagining kind of thing. Okay. Yeah.
Identifying ourselves in relation with Krishna is a true ego.
Yes.
Okay. Identifying ourselves not in relation with Krishna is false ego.
Correct.
Okay, so we are spirit souls. We are not this physical body. When we are a spirit soul, and this spirit soul is a part and parcel of Krishna. So, being an Amsha, part and parcel, our duty is to serve Lord. Okay, this is the real identification. So, if you don't identify yourself as a servant of Krishna, then we are in the false ego. We are under the false ego. So this is something that we learn. So to understand false ego, we try to understand the subtle body, if you remember, right? A soul is not this body, and this body is not soul. And apart from this soul, and apart from this body, gross body, there is something else. And that body is called subtle body. That's why we are covered with the two bodies. One is gross body, and another one is subtle body. Gross body is made up of
Panchabhutas.
Panchabhutas. Okay. Whereas the subtle body is made up of
Soul, mind,
Intelligence and soul.
and ego.
Soul, intelligence, and
soul has this body. Okay. So soul cannot be part of the body. Soul has this body. So what is the subtle body?
Mind,
Soul is
mind,
covered with
intelligence, and ego.
mind, intelligence, and ego. These are the three parts of the subtle body. And gross body, it's physically what we are seeing, which are made up of 5 elements of this nature. Okay. So last week we have seen one part of subtle body, which is false ego. Mind, intelligence, false ego. Out of which we have seen false ego last week. Today we will see mind and intelligence. Okay. Along with mind and intelligence, we will also see the superiority of soul. We also see the superiority of soul. Why are we doing this? This is, see, whatever we are doing is we are analytically studying what we are. We are not blindly believing on something. We are studying about the gross body, we are studying about the subtle body, and we are checking whether are we part of the gross body or are we part of subtle body, or if we are not either part of a gross body or a subtle body, then who are we? And what is the position of ourselves when compared to subtle body and gross body? Is this not an analytical study? Eliminating what we are not and identifying what we are and being situated in that constitutional position. Right? So we are trying to analytically study ourselves and try to understand about the soul. So this is what we are trying to do. So as part of that, we have seen the gross body and we have seen some part of subtle body. Now we will see the mind and intelligence. And what does a person with a false ego think about himself? We have seen now. We already discussed about it. A person identifies himself as a doer, and a person thinks that I am the reason for success, and he does all his activities by keeping himself in the center. In contrary, the person who is free from false ego think about his position as he is a servant of Krishna, and anything that is happening in his life, he thinks that he is an instrument and the doer is Krishna. I am under the control of Krishna. I am not independent. And anything that is happening is a mercy of Krishna, whether it is a good or a bad. And this is the consciousness of a person who is not having false ego. How do we get free from false ego? How do we get free from false ego? Can anybody remember? When we discussed it last week, how do we get rid of false ego?
By chanting Hare Krishna mantra.
By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What else?
By listening to kirtans and stories about God. Shravanam.
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Shravanam,
So
Kirtanam.
associating oneself with Vaishnavas. Prabhu.
Associating with devotees. Okay, associating with devotees. All these are the reasons helpful for us to be free from false ego. And today we will also see a few more reasons of how we can be free from false ego. So We'll get into today's topic very quickly. So before today's topic, I want to ask an ice-breaking question. Who is the first person you can think of whom you would like to be grateful to, and why? If you remember last week question, it is opposite to this, right? What was the last week question? Can anybody remember the last week question? Whom do you want to say sorry? Correct? Whom do you want to say sorry? And today's question is, whom do you want to say thanks? Okay. Who can help me answering this?
Mother, Prabhuji.
Mother? Okay.
Mother.
Okay. Mother? Bindu Mataji? Whom do you want to say thanks?
My father.
Your father?
Yeah.
Mali Mataji?
Those people who helping.
Who? I don't want the general answer. Who is that person? Whom do you want to say thanks? You forgot.
Forgot.
Okay. Madhuri Mataji, whom do you want to say thanks? Whom do you
First
want to be grateful?
First is to Krishna Prabhuji, without any doubt, because he's the one who gave me everything and taking care of me and protecting me. So the very first person is Krishna only. And after that, my parents and gurus.
Okay. Rangara Prabhu, whom do you want to be grateful of and why?
To all those who helped me in coming to this world and for my well-being.
Okay. Who are they?
To all those, whoever they may be.
Who are those? Who are they? Just be named. You don't
Murli
want to
Prabhuji.
tell the names? Huh?
Murli Prabhuji, good, great thanks to Murli Prabhuji.
Huh? Prabhu?
Great
Prabhu?
thanks to Murli Prabhuji.
Why? Okay.
Because you are spending so much of time for revival of our consciousness, not your consciousness. For the benefit of others, every person will not do that, no, Prabhuji.
It's
Yes.
my service. It's my
So
service.
you are inciting interest. You are spending your time, not expecting anything from others. So it's a selfless help you are doing in whatever way. Maybe may not be Krishna consciousness, but it's a selfless help.
It's not selfless. It is selfish. Definitely. I'm getting purified. I'm getting purified. And at the same time, I'm doing as a service for my guru. Okay. Definitely. I'm following my guru's instruction. So it's my job. It's my service that is given to me by my guru. So definitely I have to fulfill that. Okay. Abhilash Prabhu, whom do you want to be thankful of?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I will be thankful to Krishna only, Prabhuji, because for the creation of this beautiful, the universe, and he is the reason behind the creation of universe, and the Krishna is the seed-giving father for everyone. Biological body is different, and the main father is Krishna. We came from him, so. He has created many things, not only, especially if you take Earth, for example, it's beautiful, the creation, right?
Yeah.
Especially the concept of that, I like the concept of Dharma versus Adharma and the competition. And at the end, Dharma will take a, victory. So, for example, that is the one. There are so many things other than that. Yeah, I would like to thank Krishna for giving, this beautiful life.
Nice.
He is the reason behind everything. He is the father, seed giving father to everyone. That we have to accept that, right?
Correct. Nice.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, before I also want to thank Krishna, but before that I have a thought, which is creating a small anger for Krishna itself,
Yeah.
because he has developed some envy, because he is a creator, he knows everything. Why does he when he knows everything,
why should he try to avoid envy in us and create and make us come here and have all these difficulties? When he
Okay.
knows everything, when he's a creator, why he is created in such thing called envy?
When it is as good as a scientist creating robots in a lab.
He is not scientist. No, he is more than scientist. He is not something
You know that.
comparable.
Nah, if you are bringing Krishna into the level of scientist then.
So that envy is coming. It's kind of
No,
bug,
I don't know
right?
how to
It's
understand
like
this.
a
I don't know how
virus.
to
It's
understand
not
this.
kind of
I just
bug.
want to.
It's not kind of bug. See, Krishna has created everything. How we use it will make a difference.
No, I what my doubt is like he's a creator. No, like see, why didn't he expect that we'll have some envy at some point of time? Why
I'll
did
tell you. No, Prabhu, see, I'll tell you. See, you have a freedom to decide whether you want to be envious or not envious. Envious is there, he has created, but not everybody is envious, right? So, for example, if you write a program and you make a device function as per the program that you have written, and the program is flawless, bugless, and the device will act as per your wish, right? So that is called machine. A machine is functioning as per the program that you have written, and you write the program as per your wish. Now, if Krishna also removes all these, contaminations and makes everybody to behave like how an ideal person should be, or how Krishna wanted all of us to be, then where is the variety? You, me, Madhuri Mataji, Monali Mataji, Avilash Prabhu, everybody will behave same. There is no variety. There is no difference between people, and we become like a machine. We become like a machine, and we 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 don't enjoy the life if you're acting like a machine, right? Can you enjoy the life uh, if you're acting as per my wish, or if you're acting as per your wish?
our question?
It is as per your wish. Now, Krishna has given you tools. How you want to use those tools is up to your intelligence. Krishna will not interfere in your intelligence. And these tools are this kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. These tools are given to you. How do you want to use these tools? Is completely the intelligence that is given to you. You have a freedom to use how you want to. Krishna will not interfere. Understand? Otherwise, what will happen? Thousands of robots, crores of robots on the earth planet, and everybody will behave as per the Krishna's program. Right?
Yeah, because
That's not
Earth is a
what
free will, Prabhuji. Earth is a free will. Krishna has given freedom. So every action have a consequences. It's
Yes.
like every action have a consequences. That
If
we
you
have to
don't
learn.
use your free will,
Mm.
you are a robot.
Yes, correct.
Okay, you're a robot. So Krishna does not want. So we came here to enjoy. We came here to get certain feelings. We came here to, exploit something. And if you are not given that freedom, then it's as good as you send your son to hostel and keep calling him every day and telling, "Don't do this, don't do that." What will he say? What will your son say? How long he will tolerate you? How day he will not answer your call also, right? He will say, "My father call is coming." Now he will start preaching. He'll start preaching. He will control me. Krishna is telling, don't be envious. In Bhagavad Gita, we are envious because we are not hearing to our father. Krishna has created, and he is telling, don't be like that. And we don't want to listen. How many of us have, gone through Bhagavad Gita and tried to understand Krishna's instruction? Krishna has given. Just like how you have given to your son, go and explore the world. I'm in. Now my daughter want to go to leave Bangalore and go to another city where she want to study. Then should I say no? You should be at home only. You should study in our control only. You should not be in hostel. No. As per her wish, we have to make arrangements. And the arrangements are made, you cannot restrict them to use it. Then they feel suffocated. They will not like us. Right? It's a freedom that is given to them. And how they use that freedom is up to them. If they use it in a right direction, it will be good. If they use it in a wrong direction, it will be bad for them. And they will face the consequences of right and wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, Prabhuji. I mean, we can select our path. That is
We
also
can-
option is there in this, sir. If you go
Correct.
in the
Correct.
right path.
We tell,
If
we
they,
tell.
and
In the
also,
same way,
Prabhuji,
Krishna,
just like want to add one thing. Whoever will select the wrong path, consequences will be created. And like until you come to the right path, Krishna will not leave you. Anyone
Correct.
at one point of time, you have to surrender. You will shift your path to the dharma, or right path.
I think
Till that, he will not leave.
Abhilash is
Yeah.
speaking in the earth. I am speaking in the Goloka.
Yeah, that's fine.
You are in Goloka, you are seeing Krishna enjoying, and you are seeing yourself serving, and you felt, when will I become Krishna?
Yeah,
That's why you came here. How long I should be servant? I should be master. So then Krishna says, you cannot be master in Goloka, Vinod Prabhu. Go to Bhuloka, where you can be master yourself. That's why he sent us here. Okay. Yeah, there are some reasons for why we came here. Fine. So I think few more Matajis. Damayanti Mataji, did you say whom do you want to be grateful of and why?
Prabhu, before I was very grateful to my parents, but after coming to Krishna conscious, of course, Krishna.
That's Krishna. So Krishna has become more priority than parents now for Damayanti Mataji.
Yes.
Okay. Bindu Mataji. Hare Krishna, Bindu Mataji. You're in mute. Yashvi Mataji. Suma Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I would be grateful to first God, second my parents, third whoever, like many people are there, I can't name, whoever teach me something, like by doing good or bad, I learn from them. So like they are my teachers. To them I need to thank. In that you also come, Prabhuji. I want to thank you also for many reasons. Then yes, that's it.
Okay. Thanks, Mataji. So Suma Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. I want to thank Krishna first.
Okay.
And secondly, I want to thank all the gurus who has shown us the path to go to Krishna, including you, Prabhuji, including you. All the gurus I want to thank, including you, Prabhuji.
Very well. Thank you very much. All glories to my Guru. Okay. So we know that we are not independently doing anything. We know that we are taking help of somebody always. How many times we are telling thanks? We are thankful of many people in our life. We are not saying thanks to everybody. It may be parents, it may be siblings, it may be friends, it may be teachers, it may be gurus, or it may be God. So we don't remember some favor that is done to us by somebody else. Generally, it is the tendency of human being. We don't generally remember what good that happened to us because of somebody else. But we will surely remember what bad happened to us. Right?
Yes, 100%. Correct, Prabhuji.
If somebody harms us, then definitely we will remember for the lifetime. Not just for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week. We'll try to take revenge. We'll also try to take revenge. This guy has done to me like this. I will see his end. This is the attitude of everyone. When something good happens to us, we don't express that good. We don't express thanks for that. This is the tendency of human being. And the fact why I'm telling this is that we are not thankful to God. We are realizing it now. That God has given us so beautiful nature. God has given us so beautiful life. God has given us so many facilities. Without God, there is nothing. But how much thankful we are to God. What are we giving Him in return? How are you acknowledging this? How are you expressing this? And if you don't express, what happens? And if you are not grateful, if you are not thankful to God, then what will? It's all because of not cleaning your subtle body. That's the reason we are taking the subtle body in our topic. If you don't clean your subtle body will be there forever. Don't think that I'll be free from subtle body sometime. Just like how you leave the gross body, you cannot leave the subtle body. Subtle body will be with you always. But the only thing what we can do is cleaning up subtle body. If you don't clean subtle body, you will always have contaminated subtle body, will lead you for taking birth again and again and suffer again and again in this material world. And we'll never reach Krishna. This is the reason why we are in material world. The cleaning of the subtle body is the process of bhakti. Bhakti process helps in cleaning up the subtle body. Today we will see about what Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita about these senses, or maybe about these subtle body. Subtle senses, we call them as the subtle senses. Gross senses and subtle senses. The mind is also one of the sense. And intelligence is also one of the sense. So these are the subtle senses which we cannot see, which we cannot feel. So we will see what Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita about these subtle body. Indriyani paranyahur indriyebhyah param manam manasastu para buddhi yo buddhe paratastu sam. The working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. And he means the soul is even higher than the intelligence. Krishna is telling. Krishna has given so many things. And Krishna is telling the hierarchy of what is higher than what. First of all, if you understand, you have a gross body. A gross body is called a dull matter. Do you think gross body has any value without soul in it? A gross body without life, any value?
No.
No value. We love our family members. We hug them. We kiss them. We take them very close to us. The moment when the life air goes away from them, what will you do with that body? Do you do the same thing? Do you keep that body in kitchen? Do you keep that body in bedroom? Do you keep that body in hall? Where will you keep that body? The body is same.
Outside the house.
Outside the house. How long you will keep outside the house? How long you will keep inside the house?
Few hours or a day, that's all.
What will happen if you try to keep for more than few hours?
The body starts thinking.
Then you yourself will say, throw this body away, right? You can't even tolerate a dead body keeping in your house even for a few hours. But the person is same, to whom you hugged, you kissed, you liked, you loved. Person is same. But we are not tolerating him even for an hour when the life air goes away from him. That's the reason the body has no significance. The body is a dull matter. The body is a dull matter. So we don't identify people with the body. We should not identify people with the body. Okay? And the body is a dull matter. So what Krishna is mentioning here, if you see, he has given the hierarchy in which he kept the body on the bottommost. The dull body, the dull matter. Body is the dull matter. What is higher than the body is the senses. The higher than the body is the senses. And the next higher than the senses is the mind. And higher than the mind is intelligence. Higher than the intelligence is the soul. This is the highest of all. Why this hierarchy is given? Why senses are higher than body? Why mind is higher than senses? Why intelligence is higher than mind? And why soul is highest of all of them? Let's see the reasons. Body is the lowest of all that we understood now because it has no value when there is no life here. And beyond body, there are senses. And the senses are also part of the body, but still senses are at the highest position because we learned from the senses one topic we learned, lust topic. Do you remember lust? Where does the lust reside? Lust reside in senses. So the topic before week was who is our enemy, right? And where is that enemy? And the enemy is lust, and the lust resides in senses. So the higher than body is the senses because the lust is within the body but can only come out through the vents of the senses. If you don't have senses, although you have a body, you cannot express your interest. You cannot. In fact, the senses are input and output devices to the body. A computer without input and output devices, what is the use? I am trying to talk in your language. A computer which has no keyboard, which has no monitor, which has no printer, which has no output device, no input device. So senses are also input and output devices to the body. If there are no senses, then the body is of no meaning. How the senses are input and output devices? We have 10 senses, out of which 5 senses are knowledge acquiring senses. These are called input devices. We take knowledge from outside. You are listening to me. Your ears are input devices. You're taking the knowledge through the ear holes. I am talking. My mouth is an output device. So I'm able to express what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. So without these input and output devices, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 5 acting senses. Total 10 senses we have. By actions, we deliver. By using the knowledge acquiring senses, we take input from the external world. So that is the reason if the body which has an ear, but the ear is not functioning, can't hear. There are people who can't hear, who can't see, who can't talk. Right? Their different sense has to work. The way the eyes and nose and mouth and ears are working, there is something else should work. If nothing is working, what's the point of body? That's why the senses are at the higher position compared to the body. The next highest position compared to the senses is the mind. Because the mind is the place where the desires exist. That's the reason the mind gives instructions to the senses and the senses will perform the activity. Even if the body and senses are sleeping, the mind will still be active. Your senses are not working, but mind is still working. You may be sleeping, but mind is still not sleeping. Mind will continue to get the dreams. Whether you are an infant baby or you are an old aged person, your mind will still be same active with full of desires. In fact, in scriptures, the mind is compared with a monkey. In the scriptures, mind is compared with a monkey. Especially, some people's mind is compared with a monkey which is drunk. What will monkey do if it is not drunk or drunk? Forget about that. What will monkey do? Can it be stable at least for a few minutes? Even if our kids are behaving, naughty, when we tell them, why are you acting like a monkey? Monkey will never be sitting idle. It will be jumping from one branch to another branch very fast. It will not remain seated at one place. In the same way, the mind also jumps from one thought to another thought. The science says, the research says that the mind thinks 1 lakh thoughts per day. 1 lakh thoughts per day. And out of 1 lakh, 60 to 70% of the thoughts that we are thinking yesterday. There is no difference between what we think yesterday versus what we think today. About 60%. And about 30 to 40% of the thoughts are new, fresh. So this much activity that mind is doing, whether you are sleeping, whether you are awake, you are acting, you are not acting, whatever you are doing, your mind is always thinking. That's why it is very difficult to control the mind. Even Arjuna said in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, if you want me to hold the wind, I can hold. But I am not capable of holding the mind. I am not good in that. Please think, what are we when compared ourselves with Arjuna? Arjuna has a great concentration, right? Compared to all of us. How much concentration Arjuna has? How can one get so much concentration unless otherwise they control the mind, right? If I am in a battlefield, I'm aiming some warrior, some enemy, and I'm thinking about my wife, I'm thinking about my kids, I'm thinking about my office, I'm thinking about something happened in my past. Can I get focus? Can I get concentration to kill somebody in the war field? No. When Arjuna aims so perfectly, that means he has a lot of concentration. He can control the mind. Such an Arjuna is telling in Bhagavad Gita that I am incapable to control my mind. If you tell me I can control the wind, but I cannot control the mind. So if any of us are thinking that we are good in controlling the mind, we are fooling ourselves. We are fooling ourselves. It's not possible. That is the situation of the mind. Such a mind should be purified. That is our job. Before starting today's class, what we said, we have to purify the subtle senses, out of which mind is the key, which is the reason for all of our senses to act. If my mind cannot contemplate on the ice cream, then my senses will not hanker for the eating ice cream. Right? Something I have seen. Generally, senses will see and pass the message to the mind. Mind will desire and instructs to the senses, and senses will enjoy. So who is the controller? Mind. That's why whenever we think of something, we feel to enjoy it. That is because mind is instructing our senses to enjoy. That's why mind is a superior compared to senses. And who is superior to mind and why? Intelligence. Intelligence. Why? Intelligence is superior to mind because the mind is the determination of intelligence, which can direct the mind and help us discriminate. Your mind may desire, but your intelligence should say it is right or it is wrong to enjoy. Right? Your mind may think that, I need an ice cream now. Your intelligence should say, boss, today is winter cold day and the outside temperature is 10 degrees and you're already suffering from cold. And if you take ice cream now, you will fall sick. This is the intelligence saying. Logically thinking and saying true or false, right or wrong. Who will do that? Our intelligence will do. And intelligence should guide the mind. So even in the human relations, it is compared with a wife and husband. Mind and intelligence are like a wife and husband. Mind should be controlled by intelligence, not the intelligence be controlled by mind. If you reverse the positions of the mind and intelligence, you are destroying your life. You are spoiling your life. Krishna has given the hierarchy that the intelligence is on top of mind. Don't let mind dominate the intelligence. If you let the mind dominating the intelligence, we are killing ourselves. We are killing ourselves. That's why. Even in a family life, husband is compared to be an intelligence and wife is compared to be mind. In general, I'm telling, not going to the specific things. It can be vice versa also. Sometimes, if you decide who should be intelligence and who should be mind, that is up to us within our family. But one should be acting as an intelligent who should be dominating over the mind always. Generally, earning source of the family is an intelligence. Intelligent. So he should be controlling what is right, what is wrong. Because he knows his financial situation. He knows what can be enjoyed, what cannot be enjoyed. He knows what he can afford and what he cannot afford. A wife who is at home, who is not working, she does not know the financial position of a husband. She might be desiring many things. And if she desires and says that I want whatever I desire, and husband has no other choice than listening to wife, then what happens? Husband will bankrupt. Right? She says, I need a silk saree tomorrow because I'm going for a function and the cost of the silk saree is 40,000, 50,000. And if husband does not argue or say that my salary per month is 30,000, if I buy a 40,000 rupees worth of silk saree, the whole month we will end up having no money and we can't spend our household life. This is the intelligence. If wife does not hear that, and wife says, no matter whether you are earning or not earning, I don't care. You have to get me what I want. That means mind is dominating over intelligence. Then if intelligence says okay, then what will intelligence do? What will husband do? He will go out, get some loan from Vinod Prabhu, and then say, Prabhu, you give me some money. My wife wants 40,000 rupees a silk saree. I will buy a silk saree and next month I will return it to you. And then the person buys a silk saree, brings it back and give it to wife, and wife enjoys. And that's not the end of the story. Before you repay the 40,000 that I have taken from the Vinod Prabhu, the mind says, I want gold ring worth of 1 lakh. Then again mind try to argue. Mind will give up. Sorry, intelligence try to argue. Intelligence will give up. Then, Rangarao Prabhu, where are you? Can you lend me 1 lakh? My wife want diamond ring. Before I repay Vinod Prabhu, I will be taking money from somebody else. And this chain continues because you are letting the mind dominate over the intelligence. So with the intelligence, if you can dominate the intelligence and say that no, whether you desire or don't desire, I don't care. This is what I can afford for. No matter whether you want to go to the function or no matter whether you don't go to function, I don't care. But this is what we have. This is what I can do. I earn 30,000. If you ask me, I can give you 10,000. You buy a silk saree worth of 10,000. That's it. If mind gets convinced with the intelligence argument, then it adjusts with the situation. Then we don't be bankrupt. Otherwise, what will happen? We'll be bankrupt. So it's always important to know what is high in the hierarchy and follow that. So use your intelligence, apply your thought, apply your intelligence and take decisions. Don't go with emotions. Mind has only emotion, no logic. Mind has only emotion, no logic. Whereas intelligence has no emotion, only logic. Okay? So go with the logic, don't go with the emotion. Because Krishna mentioned intelligence is on top of mind. So we have to hear to our inner voice. We have to hear to what is right. Yes, Prabhu? Anybody has any question on this? Okay. Now we understood gross body is a dumb material. Gross body is the lowest of all, dull material. And the senses are on top of it, higher than the body. And the mind is on top of the senses, higher than the senses. And intelligence is on top of mind. Now, who is on top of intelligence? Or highest among all? The soul. The soul. Why the soul is on top of all? Before I reveal, I want to ask all of you why the soul is on top of all these elements, whether it is a subtle or a gross. Whether you consider a gross body, gross senses, or you consider subtle sense like mind and intelligence, soul is on top of all. Why? Can anybody answer? Abhilash Prabhu? Vinod Prabhu?
Because soul is eternal, it is permanent.
Soul is eternal, it is permanent. Okay. What else? Why is it eternal? Why is it permanent? What is the difference between a soul and a gross body? or a
Soul
mind?
is
Soul,
part and
soul
parcel
cannot
of
be
God.
destroyed, whereas the gross body can be destroyed.
So, if so, why should it be? Why should it be the highest position in the hierarchy compared to other things?
It
Just
is
because
part
it is
and
a
parcel of. It is
If soul is
part.
not there, there is no value for the gross body, as you said. That is one reason. So that
Okay.
means without the soul, it is a driving force. It is a driving force. We can tell it is a driving force for intelligence also.
Okay.
So if the soul is properly fed, so if the soul is like happy, the intelligence, it can direct the intelligence well, and intelligence will depend on the soul, so that everything will be good.
Okay. Damayanti Mataji.
Soul is
Without soul, these things cannot exist, no, Prabhu.
Okay.
And the soul is the part of the God.
God, soul is a part of God. Okay. See, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentioned one thing. There are two natures. One is spiritual nature, one is material nature. Soul belong to spiritual nature. Body belong to material nature. And soul is superior over the material nature. And the body is part of the material nature. Senses are part of the material nature. Even the subtle body, the mind and intelligence is also part of the material nature. They are not spiritual. Right? Whereas soul is spiritual. And he said, anything spiritual is superior over anything material. Right? Now, if you see the gross body, the senses, the mind, the intelligence, these are all not spiritual. These are all material. What is spiritual? Only the soul is spiritual. So, as Krishna mentioned, you being a soul, you being a spiritual, you being a part and parcel of my body, you are put into this the spiritual entity is put into these material contaminations. Okay, that's why we said the soul is surrendered by a subtle body, and the subtle body is surrendered by a gross body. Okay, so so the problem is everyone should become Atmadarshi. Right? You should be able to see yourself. What is the meaning of seeing yourself? Is it something that you show your face on the mirror and say that I am seeing myself?
realizing that we are spirit souls.
Realizing that we are spirit souls. Why are we not realizing that we are spirit souls? Is the biggest problem. It's because of the contaminations that are there surrounded by the soul. And those contaminations are connected with the subtle body and the gross body. For example, if you have a mirror, and mirror is full of dust, and go and stand in front of the mirror. Can you see yourself in the mirror? Can you see yourself in the mirror? No. Let's say if you take a cloth and then wipe the mirror, then you can see yourself in that mirror, right? You can see yourself in the mirror. So when are you able to see yourself in the mirror is when you clean the mirror, the dust on the mirror. In the same way, when you clean the dust or contamination on this subtle body, which is accumulated for years and years together, and which is accumulated for the lives and lives times together, then you can see your soul, yourself as a soul. Transparently, you can see. The reason why we are not acting at a spiritual platform, why we are acting only at the material platform, is because of the contamination that is there, which got accumulated for lifetimes together. That's why in 6th Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Cheto darpanamarjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam Shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadho jivanam Anandam bhudivardhanam pratipadham purnamrutaswadhanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. So what is the meaning of this? We have to Cheto Dharpana Marjanam. Marjanam means, Dharpana means mirror. Dharpana means mirror. Cheto Dharpana Marjanam. That means cleaning the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and years. Cheto Dharpana Marjanam. Just like how you clean the mirror, you should clean your heart with a cloth. Okay. You are conditioned because of these contaminations, and those contaminations should be cleaned up. Otherwise, you cannot see yourself. So how is that possible? What is the tool or the material that you use for cleaning this contamination is Sankirtana. That's why he says, Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. To chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You're cleaning. One time you chant, you're cleaning your heart. 2 times you chant, you clean little more. 3 times you chant, you clean much more. The contaminations are for lifetimes together. So the number of times that you have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra should also be those many times. Slowly, 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 slowly. If the mud is too much, what will you do? You'll also apply surf. You'll also apply many detergents to clean it. Not the cloth is sufficient. So that way, we should be cleaning our soul. So the higher the intelligence is and the highest, because the soul is spiritual, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and it meant to serve the Lord. Okay. So therefore, the cleaning process can be begin only with the sadhana, bhakti. The soul is directly engaged with the Supreme. Naturally, all other subordinates, namely the intelligence, mind, and senses, will be automatically engaged. Okay. Because the soul is spiritual, the relationship with Krishna to the soul is a natural relationship. The love between Krishna and the soul is a natural love. Generally, for us to get love for someone, you have to spend some time with them. You have to serve them. They should serve you. Then you get love. Then you start liking them. Then you start living for them. Then you think that I don't have life without that son. To that level, you develop the love. But how do you develop that love? That love that you have developed is artificially developed love. That's not natural. Because you are there with them for quite some time, the love got developed. Artificially developed love. Because you served them for so much time, instead of that person, you serve somebody else. What will happen? The same kind of love will get developed for somebody else. And if you leave them for some time, you don't serve them for some time. Out of your 40 years, 50 years of marriage life, you don't be with your husband for 30 years, let us say. Will you have same love? This, for example, I'm telling. Will you have same love? Over a period of time, they will forget also. And I'll tell you, there are so many ladies who are attending our online classes also. You know, when her husband passed away, she thought helpless. She became helpless, and she was thinking, my life is waste now. And in fact, one Mataji who is attending my class, she committed suicide the moment when her husband died. It happened like her husband got admitted in the hospital, and it's been 1 week, 10 days. I was called on that day. I was asked to pray for her. So we prayed for her, and we prayed for her husband. Next day, next day, next day. She is attending my regularly classes. In fact, you can see in recordings also. She used to attend my classes regularly. And that Mataji one day told me, Prabhuji, my husband is admitted in hospital. I'm feeling helpless. I don't know what I have to do. I was trying to counsel her. I was trying to tell her. Although she was attending my regular classes, she could not understand the essence of what I was telling. Then one day, her husband was in coma, and the doctor said any moment he will leave the body. And from her family, everybody went to hospital. Then she also was called. Come, we will go. Last time we will see our father. So she has a son, daughter, everybody was going. And she said, I'll come after some time, you guys go. I cannot see you, my husband in that situation. You guys carry on. I will not come there. I'll stay in house only for some time, and I will come after some time. And everybody thought, okay. And they left her alone at home. And by the time they returned back, before even her husband died, she hanged herself. Okay. She hanged herself. And the next week class, she did not attend. Then I got a doubt. Where is she? Last week she was telling her husband was not good. Is he okay or not? I thought, and I tried to call one of their family member. Nobody answered. And then I called one Mataji who was close friend to her, who stays in the same village. Then that Mataji said, the whole incident, what happened. She passed away. She killed herself. This is the situation. And there is one more incident who attends our class. She also thinks the same way. But for 2 years, she locked herself in a closed room after her husband passed away. She was not eating, she was not talking, she was not doing any regular activity that she was doing. She locked herself in a closed room, dark room, thinking that my life is gone. I'm nothing now without my husband. Okay. Then after 2 years, somehow, slowly, because of her son or daughter, somehow they influenced to start some spiritual activities. Somehow she got connected to us, and she started attending my Bhagavatam class. Now she is happiest person. Now she enjoys our classes. And she forgot that she lost her husband. And she forgot that I cannot live without her husband. She's just normal now. And one day, if there is no class for her, she will be feeling very sad. Okay, that is the. It means we think something that we can't live without them. But over a period of time, we can live. We'll be able to live. And we'll forget also. Time will make us forget everything. Right? Time will. That is a good thing in us. In fact, I would say. That is the best thing in us. That we will forget everything. Just like how I said, tell me whom you want to be grateful. We couldn't remember to whom we should be grateful of. Maybe that is a boon for all of us. But we forget things. It's good if we forget enemies also. But But the fact is, the love that we are developing in this material nature is not a natural love. But whereas the love between the soul and the super soul, the love between the soul and Krishna is a natural. Is natural. It's not artificially brought love. Because it's a part and parcel of soul. Soul is a part and parcel of Krishna. So you don't have to put in any effort for you to develop the love for Krishna. You don't have to put any effort. You may have to put an effort to love somebody else, but you don't have to put any effort to love Krishna. Because the soul is hankering connect with its source. What we need to do is use our intelligence, use our mind to make our soul come close to Krishna. That's it. Nothing else we need to do. This is the only thing that we need to do. Use your intelligence, use your mind, bring your soul close to Krishna. Automatically, they too get attracted. Natural law. Okay, no effort required. Automatically, your senses will start functioning for Krishna. Automatically, your mind will start thinking about Krishna. Automatically, your intelligence will say, don't do anything other than Krishna. Right? Don't do anything other than Krishna. But if you don't bring close to Krishna, then you will still hanker for the material enjoyments. Like how? Sometimes somebody, you see in your offices, or you see your neighbors, or you see your friends, families, anywhere you see, they keep some earbuds in the phone, earbuds in the ears, and they keep hearing the music, material music, mundane music. Ilayaraja, Ya Rahman, or maybe Kiravani, whatever songs we will be hearing. But when you bring close to Krishna, once you start tasting the kirtan, can you hear that material music? Do you like the same way how you are liking the kirtan? You cannot, because the same senses earlier you were using for material enjoyment, and now you are using for the spiritual purpose. That means, although the senses are material, you are making the material senses spiritualizing. You are charging it. You are spiritualizing your material senses by engaging them in the spiritual activities. That is a way of getting rid of lust. That is a way of getting rid of material enjoyment. Even a devotee enjoys, but in connection with Krishna. Even a devotee hears music, but in connection with Krishna. He will not hear mundane music.
And yeah, I just want to add one more thing, Prabhuji, that listening to Krishna Bhajana and all, so those things you'll never feel bored actually. So these
Correct.
material music, or to half an hour, 30 minutes, if you listen after that, you feel bored. But
Correct.
these things, every day I listen to Hare Krishna mantra, every day, morning, and whenever I free, I just listen. I never feel bored. Next day, again, I want to. It's like a infinite kind of thing.
Infinite.
Infinite.
Yes.
You never feel
And
bored, and you
because
will
that is
enjoy.
touching the soul. That is touching the soul.
Yes. So
That is
after
touching.
listening that, the whole day you will be, peace, cool, calm kind of
Exactly.
thing. No excitement, no, kind of thing. It will be stable. Reset button. I can say
Reset
reset.
button.
Yes,
Yes,
it's a reset.
exactly. Because the soul is finding the happiness, not your material senses, not your mind. The soul is finding the happiness. That's why when you go and take darshan of Krishna, automatically, unknowingly, the tears will come. Where are the tears coming from? You'll feel ecstasy. When Kirtan is going on in our center also, when Kirtan is going on, can we be standing without dancing? Can we be standing without moving ourselves? No. Those are the instructions from the soul. They're responding for Krishna. They're responding for Krishna. So this is the natural feeling, natural love, natural, emotion for Krishna. That's why it is the natural things you don't have to artificially push, right? What we need to do is use some intelligence, use some whatever the material positions that are given to you, to bring yourself close to Krishna, automatically that attraction starts, automatically that love develops. Okay. So if therefore the mind is directly engaged in the service of the Lord constantly, then there is no chance of the senses will be engaged in the other ways. If you concentrate your mind on the senses, if you concentrate your mind on Krishna, senses will also automatically will engage in the service of Krishna. Right? If you are day in, day out thinking about Krishna, what will your senses try to enjoy? Automatically Krishna related only. Nothing else other than Krishna. Today we are hearing Krishna Katha. Is because you are thinking constantly about Krishna. Otherwise, what will you do? If your mind is thinking material enjoyments, you will not come to this class. At this time, you may go for a movie, you may go for a pub, or you may go with the friends, chill out, or you may do anything other than what you are doing now. If your mind is engaged in the material thoughts, if your mind is engaged in the Krishna Katha, then automatically you will think, what will Prabhu tell today? What new thing that I can learn about Krishna today? How do I get connected with Krishna today? How can I make my day meaningful today? Let me go at 11 o'clock and hear Krishna Katha from Prabhu. This is what we think. So if you remove, see, mind, as I mentioned, mind is like a monkey. It will always think. Don't let mind be idle, because idle mind will never be there. It will always be thinking. What you need to do is fill with the spiritual thoughts. Completely fill with the spiritual thoughts, not with the material thoughts. Then automatically your senses will get purified, your mind will get purified, and your intelligence will get purified. Okay. Sometimes you might be saying that intelligence is on top of the mind, na Prabhu. Why are you saying mind control will also control the intelligence? Yes, it controls. You see, in a family, of course, husband has a highest position compared to the wife, but wife controls husband if husband is not doing right. Because of wife, husbands become devotees. Because of wife's husband does spiritual activities. Because if you fill the mind with completely spiritual thoughts, if you fill the mind with completely Krishna, then the senses will not hanker for material enjoyments. Not senses will engage in the service of Krishna automatically. So what we need to do is we need to fill. Just like how you have a glass in which full of emptiness, and the moment you start putting the water, the air in the glass will go out. And you fill the glass with complete water, then zero air in the glass. So keep pouring Krishna Katha into the heart, into the mind. How much? Till you take out all material thoughts. Till you take out all material thoughts. That's how. Unless otherwise you get to enjoy the higher taste, you cannot give up the lower taste. Otherwise, if you don't taste the higher one, then you think whatever you are tasting is higher. Whatever you are enjoying is the highest enjoyment. Unless you see better than that. Right? If you have a cycle and you don't have a bike, you'll enjoy the cycle riding. The moment when you get a bike, then you will think of riding bike over the cycle. Then when you have a car, automatically you give up cycle, automatically you give up bike also, and you will start riding the car. Even within the car, if you get a highest end car, higher end car, then the lower end car you will give up. You will lose the taste of riding that. In the same way, if you habituate the mind to taste the higher levels of Krishna consciousness, automatically the material enjoyment becomes lowest. You don't hanker for it. Your senses will engage in service of Krishna. You will love to hear kirtan. You love to hear lectures. You love to read scriptures. You love to go to temples. You love to spend time with devotees. You love to be associated with all spiritual activities, because that is a natural love that is getting developed automatically. So use your mind, which is a key for us to become spiritual. Cheto Darpana Marjan. Clean your subtle senses by bringing Krishna into it. Krishna is like a bright light. Okay. Krishna is like a bright light. If you bring the bright light into the your mind, then what happens? What happens? Even if there is little dust on the mirror, you can still see yourself in the mirror, right? How do you bring Krishna into the mind? How do you bring Krishna into the mind is by chanting his holy name. Because Krishna can enter into the mind, into the heart, through the ear, not through the mouth, not through any other hole. He can come through the ear holes. So Shravanam. Chant and hear. Chant and hear. Every word that you are chanting should be heard from the ears. When Krishna will enter like this. So when he enter like this, then this ears has a direct connection to heart. Ear holes has a direct connection to heart. Krishna enters through ear holes and goes to the heart and cleans the heart. That's why chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is as good as taking Krishna into the heart. There is no difference between Krishna and Krishna's holy name. There's no difference. Krishna's name incarnation is the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the secret of cleaning the heart, cleaning the mind. So automatically, once you clean the mind, automatically your senses will engage in the service of Krishna. The constitutional position of the soul is to serve Krishna. If we understand this and serve him, the intelligence, mind, and the senses will never deviate, because they are lower than the soul in the hierarchy we saw. Whatever master does, the followers will follow the same, right? If company head is telling that our goal is so and so, every individual in the company will work for achieving that goal, right? Why Vinod Prabhu working, or Ranga Prabhu working, or I am working, Abhilash Prabhu working? For whose goal we are working? We are working for our master, our controller, our Yajamani, right? What is his goal? $100 million is my turnover. He will tell. Then what will we do? We'll try working so hard so that our controller, our person who is giving salary will achieve what he wants. Right? So in the hierarchy, whoever is the top, whatever he is wishing, that should happen. In the hierarchy, soul is at the top. And the soul says, I want connection with Krishna. I want pleasure in serving the Krishna. Then automatically, the controlled elements under the mind, the soul, will automatically engage in that service, and it will make soul satisfied. Okay. So the mind and intelligence should be used in a way where the soul wants to be, achieving the goal. So that way we have to utilize our senses. Okay. So this is the hierarchy, as we mentioned. Now, one more interesting point that Bhaktivinoda Thakur says this: the senses are very strong, like serpents, because They can indulge in the lust and make one fall. But if by intelligence one engages one's mind in Krishna consciousness, then automatically the mind becomes stronger and the senses will be more effective than serpents with a broken phalanges. Okay? Senses are very strong, just like how the fangs of the serpent. Poison. If you engage your mind in the service of Krishna, then all senses will also be engaged in the services of Krishna because the mind is superior over the senses. When this happens, our senses are like a serpent without fangs. Can anybody scare of a snake, a poisonous snake? Is there anybody who say I'm not scared of poisonous snake? No. But the people who catch the snake, what they do? They will remove their these fangs. When they remove the fangs, the same snake which was spitting the poison earlier is no more spitting the poison now. Now it is like a earthworm. A snake without fangs is like an earthworm. Can anybody be scared of earthworm? No. No. So in the same way, if you engage the mind in the service of Krishna, our senses are no more poisonous serpents. They are like earthworms. They look same, but they are no more dangerous. Because the lust resides in the senses, we said, and senses will cause us to fall down. But if you keep the mind in the service of Krishna, senses also will help you to elevate. Senses also will help you to progress in bhakti. It will help you to go to the spiritual world. So we should use the senses. We should not restrain senses from the activities. Rather, we should use the senses in the service of Krishna so that we will be benefited. But only thing is, our senses should not be like a serpents with fangs. Our senses should be like a serpents without fangs. Okay? So in conclusion, one may not give up the work and prescribed duties all of a sudden, but by gradually developing Krishna consciousness, one can be situated in a transcendental position without being influenced by the material senses and mind. We cannot artificially try to give up the enjoying our senses, but train ourselves in Krishna consciousness by higher intelligence. Okay. So rather than giving up our material activities, make the material activities as spiritual. Train your senses engaged in the devotional service rather than giving up the activities. Okay, so the essence of today's topic is not to give up sense enjoyment, rather enjoy with your senses, but taste the higher, taste the highest, that is by devotional service. If you can make it possible, then your senses will help you to reach close to Krishna. Okay, this is the conclusion of this. So mind and intelligence, I'll show you an analogy of how the hierarchy works. Can you see this? A chariot is like a body, and the horses of the chariot are like a senses, and the senses will drive the chariot. But the senses are controlled by a mind, like ropes. If you see, all the horses are tied with a rope, and this rope is like a mind, and each horse is like a sense, one sense. And let us say if these ropes are not tied to the horses, then what will happen? These horses will not go in one direction. Each one go in its own direction. Then what will happen to this chariot? Chariot will not go forward. And the person sitting in the chariot cannot travel to his destination. Whereas if you tie these all, horses with the rope and control that rope with a intelligence. Intelligence is higher than the mind. And who is that intelligence? He is a chariot driver. Okay. So the mind is a rope and intelligence is a chariot driver. If the intelligence is controlling the mind and mind is controlling the senses, the chariot will go forward, and the soul, who is the traveler in the chariot, will reach the destination. Otherwise, traveler, the Atma, the soul, will never be able to reach the destination if this hierarchy is missing. If this control from one another is missing, we will lose our significance. We will never reach our destination. Okay, test for all of you. I'll start asking one by one. Maybe first with Suma Mataji. Can you arrange them in order in the hierarchy?
Can I?
Yes. Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Can you arrange all of them in an order? In the from
Prabhuji.
highest
First is
hierarchy
soul.
to the lowest hierarchy. Yeah.
From highest to lower, Prabhuji. Soul, then mind, then intelligence,
Mhm.
then senses,
Mhm.
then body.
Okay. Wrong, you said. Okay. Anybody else?
It's soul, intelligence, mind, senses, and body.
Correct. Mataji, you reversed these two. Mind and intelligence, you reversed. Soma Mataji. You said soul, mind, intelligence. But it is not like that. Soul, intelligence, mind,
Then mind
and then senses, and then body.
and body. Right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Okay, this is today's topic. So I will play one audio, which is very interesting, which is said by Shivarama Swami, His Holiness Shivarama Swami Maharaj. Video I will play today. Okay. If you give me, I will also pay you money. But the devotee said, no. This horse is something that is given to me by God, so I have to serve this horse along with the other cows. Then the king left. And then so many, neighbors, friends came and said, what the nonsense you are doing? What will you do with this horse? You should have given this horse to king. King would have paid a lot of money, which is useful for you. Why are you doing this? And he still did not listen. After a few days of taking care of that horse, one day night, the horse left the Goshala and it disappeared. The morning when the devotee get up and then he saw horse is not available. The first chance that neighbors and friends got to criticize this guy. And they came and they said, you see, you did not listen to us. You could have given this horse to king. At least he could have given a lot of money to you, which would have been very useful to you. Okay. Why did you do like this? You did not listen to us. Now you see, you don't have money, you don't have horse. Both you don't have. Then the devotee said, it's okay. Krishna has given me for some time, asked me to serve. I serve. Now my time for serving that horse is over. Now Krishna has taken that horse back to him. I don't know where it has gone. I don't care. This is what is the Krishna instruction. I'm following that. And then they cursed. You are useless fellow. You are that. You are this. You don't listen. You don't understand the benefit that you can get by listening to our advice. That this they said. Then after 15-20 days, that horse brought another 20 horses. It went somewhere and it brought all his friends. Then this devotee saw 20 horses along with the old horse in the Goshala. Then he thought, no, Krishna sent 20 horses. Take care. Now I will take care of 20 horses. Because it's Krishna's instruction to serve these horses selflessly. Now devotees, neighbors came. And they said, hey, he did not listen to us. This is good. No? If at all you have given that horse to king or you just left it, you could have not got 20 horses. Now you got 20 horses. Instead of one horse, now you got 20 horses. Good that you did not listen to us. You did a good job. Then they left. Then after a few days, again king came. King asked the devotee, now give me 20 horses. I will give you 20 times more than money that I offered to you last time. Okay? Because 20 horses. Then devotee said, no, I will not give. Same answer he gave. And at the same time, for devotee to take care of 20 horses, it is very difficult. And he said his son to take care of these horses. Then again the neighbors came. Because you are wasting your son's time also. And you are wasting your energy also. You could have got 20 times more money than earlier offered money. You could have given all these horses to king. Why are you still rigid? Why are you not listening to us? Then devotee said, that's fine. Let me do my service. And this is my service to Krishna. Then they left. After a few days, when the devotee's son was taking care of the horse, he was riding over the horses. He is daily riding. One day, one horse lost its control, and the devotee's son, fallen down from the horse, and he broke his both legs. He lost both the legs. And the moment when this incident happened, the friends and neighbors came, and they said, you see, he did not listen to us. He did not give these horses to king. Now you lost your son's both the legs. He cannot walk now. This is what the benefit that you got by your decision. And I said, it's fine. If this is Krishna's decision, I'm fine. Krishna wants to be like this in my life. I will accept it as a mercy of Krishna. I don't mind. Then after a few days, the king was attacked by enemy. And the enemy king has come onto his kingdom, and then he started fighting. So then what happened? King has ordered all the families to send their young sons to participate in the battlefield and fight for the king. This is the order. There is no option. Now everybody has to go. Everybody has to send their sons to war. And the enemy, the enemy king has killed all the youth, all these neighbors' sons, everybody died in that war. But the devotee son did not go. Devotee son cannot go because he has no two legs, both the legs broken. So devotee could not send his son. But now if you see, all other people have lost their son, but devotee did not lose his son, but his son's legs were lost. At least son is still there. Okay. So all these people, they came, they said, your decision is wise. You did not send the horses. You made your son to take care of the horses. Although your son lost the legs, at least you have your son. Our sons did not lose legs, but our sons lost the life. Okay. So by emotion, you can't take decisions. They demonstrated in this way that Yes, you be in Krishna consciousness, do your duty, spiritualize your activities is better than losing everything in material engagement. If he heard of those neighbors and the friends, he could have got money. Probably he will not have anything. He will not have his son. He will not have. So who is benefited at the end? Is devotee or mundane people or materialistic people? A devotee is benefited. So this is the essence of using the intelligence in the service of Krishna. How you can purify using the mind. Now Shivaram Swami Maharaj, as he mentioned, use your mind to purify the senses, use your mind to purify the ego. Okay, so that level of intelligence one has to develop, so that that intelligence is being in Krishna consciousness and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly, being a devotee, you will be benefited more than anybody else. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
Yes, I have
Prabhuji,
a question.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Me?
Monali Mataji.
How can I practically see this difference between mind and intelligence in daily life?
Practical implementation.
Like
That's
how
what
can I see the difference?
How can you see? Your question is not understood.
How can I practically see the difference between mind and intelligence in daily life?
Mind and intelligence difference. Intelligence is something logically saying right or wrong. The difference is, are you driven by emotions or are you driven by logic? Okay. With the emotions, if you said take any decision, that is not right. That is a decision taken by the mind's feelings. But if you take, before you take a decision, you think twice. You logically, think whether it is right or wrong, whether I can do it or not do it, or take a suggestion from your seniors. And if you are not able to use your intelligence, or if you don't know whether I am taking with my intelligence or by with my emotions, if you don't understand, explain your situation to your seniors, ask them to think. If they give you the right suggestion, follow that. Sometimes, yes, we all go with emotions because that is driven by mind, but it is always important that you think what you are doing is right or wrong before you take any decision. Okay, if you practice this for some time, then you will understand. Start using intelligence, stop using mind, then automatically after some time your intelligence will dominate. Okay, mind means in Telugu it is manasu, it's not brain. Okay, as Shivaram Swami Maharaj said, mind is not brain, mind is heart, manasu. Okay, intelligence is a subtle part of brain. Brain is a physical part, it's not subtle part. Intelligence is subtle part. So use your intelligence, stop using your emotions, stop using your mind, only use your intelligence. For a period of time, automatically your intelligence will dominate and your mind will be controlled.
But
Okay?
how do I engage my intelligence when emotions are so strong?
Your emotions are so strong in what? As I said, fill mind with Krishna. Fill mind with Krishna. Don't think anything other than Krishna. Then automatically other emotions will go. You will have only one emotion, that is towards Krishna. Fill your mind with Krishna, nothing else. Okay? No material things, only spiritual thing. Yes.
Prabhuji, I have one question. like in some situations, we are not able to understand what Krishna's will is. Like, is it something that is going to come, or whatever he gave is we should accept, or something? In some situations, we are not able to understand. Like in the story that you told, when the horse came, this man felt that it is Krishna's will. But when the king came and asked him that he will pay money and give, there also he can think that maybe this is Krishna's will, right, Prabhuji? How he knows that he only has to take care, that is Krishna's will, and not the money that he's paying is Krishna's will? How?
Because sometimes immediate benefit is something that will tempt us. Immediate benefit that we are getting will tempt us to take decisions. Anything that you possess is for the service of Krishna only, not for anything else. Let's say, okay, I will give this horse for king, and king he will give money. What will I do with that money? If I use that money for my sense enjoyment, then the decision cannot be Krishna's decision. Let's say I need to buy a chamara for Krishna, or I need to buy some paraphernalia for Krishna, or I need to buy something, or I need to keep that money and use it in the service of Krishna. Then Krishna generally gives anything to you for service of Krishna only. If you possess anything that is not for you, please understand. Anything that we possess is not for us. It is for Krishna.
Probably here, he can think that Krishna's will, with the Krishna's will only that money is coming, and I can use that money to serve the cows.
Then that is right
for
decision.
Krishna's will.
Then that is right decision. Maybe he knows that he does not need money to serve Krishna. That's why he does not want to sell that horse for the money. Maybe. So basically, whatever we are getting, can we use it in the service of Krishna or not? Do we really need that in the service of Krishna or not? If not, then don't take it. Don't accept it. Okay. So maybe the devotee was intelligent enough to understand that, the money that I get, I may not be able to use it in the service of Krishna. Maybe part of that will go in my enjoyment.
But whatever you said, we need very high level of revival of our consciousness to make decisions based on that. So,
Exactly.
in this situation, I would like to ask some seniors or senior devotees. That is
Exactly.
the only option which is better. I feel probably like at our level.
100%. You are right. At our level, if we cannot decide whether it is Krishna's will or not, at least you approach your seniors. Approach senior devotees, gurus, okay, who will help you take decisions. They may scold you, but take it. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hope this session is useful today and it is helpful for you to spiritual advancement and you become a devotee of Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Zoom user, I don't know the name of the Zoom user. Can you please tell your name or show your face? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Zoom user name. Hare Krishna, you are on mute. Can you talk? You are unmute. Can you talk? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll take a leave now and we will meet in the center today. All of you are coming to center today?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Vinod Prabhu, are you coming today? Vinod Prabhu, are you coming today?
I'm coming, bro. I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming, sir.
Okay. Madhuri Mataji, are you coming today?
No, Prabhuji. Today I have some work outside. I'm not coming. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha sindhubhyaya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare. Thank you.